quantified statements are statements that have words like all, some, none, or no, affecting the subject, or affecting the main subject, noun in the sentence. For example, all college students are math majors. This is a quantified statement because it starts with the word all there. So I'm not just talking about one college student. I'm talking about every single college student there is. That makes this a quantified statement because I'm talking about the quantity of students there, or a quantity of students, specifically all of the college students. What I want to do is I want to learn how to negate these. So first I'm going to draw a little table, then we're going to look at some statements and try to negate them. So here I go. To negate a quantified statement. First I'm going to draw a little table. So I've got all A are B. I have no A are B. I have some A are B. And I have some A are not B. So you can see the basic form of this table. All A are B and no A are B are on top. And then some A are B and some A are not B are on bottom. The way I negate these is to go diagonally across this. So if I want to negate a statement that says all A are B, I'm going to negate it by saying some A are not B. Okay, those two are negations of each other. Sometimes when I'm trying to do this, I'm going to have to figure out, well, which one of those four forms is my statement. So let's just give this a shot. I want to find the negation of negate all college students are math majors. Okay, all college students are math majors. Well, when I look at that, I see it's an all A or B type statement, so I want to negate it by saying some A are not B. So I want to change this all A are B to some A are not B for the negation. So my negation is some college students are not math majors. Okay, negation of all college students are math majors is some college students are not math majors, because that has the opposite meaning. Notice that the negation isn't no college students are math majors, because then my two statements, or my statement and its negation, could both be false, right? In the world we live in, this is true, and that's false. And that's a good sign when you're trying to find the negation of something, is if one of them is true and one of them is false, you at least have the chance that one of them is a negation of the other. Okay, let's try another one. Let's try to negate take my color change. Negate. And I want to negate some phones are not made by Google. Okay, I want to negate some phones are not made by Google. So that's of the form some A are not B. If I look here, some A are not B is down in the corner. So I want to go diagonally from that and say all A are B. So the negation of some phones are not made by Google should be all phones are made by Google. Notice that if I say instead for the negation of some phones are not made by Google, some phones are made by Google, I'm not making a strong enough statement, right? To negate some phones are not made by Google, I need to say, well, there aren't any phones that are made by Google then. Okay, let's do another one. Let's say at least one person is bald is my statement, and I want to negate this. Well, at least one person is bald doesn't actually, that doesn't quite fit the form of any of those four statements. The all A are B, no A are B, some A are B, some A are not B. I actually have to recognize that this is another way of saying some people are bald. Okay, at least one person is bald makes the same claim as some people are bald. Because at least one is some. Right? At least one could mean one, it could mean two, it could mean everybody. But it says at least one person is bald and some people are bald makes the same claim. So to negate some A or B, if I look at my table, I want to say no A or B, or no people are bald. So the negation of at least one person is bald is no people are bald, or there are no people that are bald. Hopefully that'll help you get started a little bit with quantified statements and their negations. If you have difficulty, the real key thing to look at is there another way that I can state this? And then when I try to negate it, referring to this table. This table will help you negate quantified statements.